My name is J. Mark Ardscasa, your presenter.
DJ ng Suya.
For today's video, we will learn what electricity charge is and how electricity works. To understand the electricity, we need to start with the atom. We are made in atoms. Everything in this world made of atoms. An atom cannot be seen with the naked eye. So, we will use a simplified model called Bohr model. Sa gitna ng atom ay may tinatawag na nucleus. Consists of neutrons, a no charge, protons, the positive charge, and also the negatively charged called electrons. The protons and neutrons are positioned in the center of atoms, while electrons circulate around the nucleus in a constant motion. The electrons are much lighter than protons and nucleus, and they can move very easy with almost the speed of the light. The number of neutrons, protons, and electrons an atom has can tell us which material it is. They move around in the nucleus in circular orbits or shells. Each shell can contain only a particular number of electrons. The first shell can hold up to 2 electrons. The second shell can hold 8 electrons, and the third shell can hold up to 18, and so on. The outer shell, known as valence shell or called valence electron, some materials of these shells called loosely bound electron, which allows them to flow one atom to another. These moving electrons are called free electrons. How easy is for electron to move around depends on the material. Materials can be conductors or insulators. Conductors, like most metals, allows free electrons to move freely throughout the solid, while insulators like plastic or glass limit the movement of the electrons holding them tightly. Generally, the atoms have neutral charge, which means that they have the same number of electrons and protons. In other words, they have a net electric charge equal to 0. This is the lowest possible energy level of the atom, or so-called the ground state. However, we can change the atom charge by using it to gain or lose electrons. If an atom gains electron, it becomes negatively charged, and opposite, if the atom loses electron, it becomes positively charged. Charged atom is called positive or negative ion. This leads us to the law of conservation of electric charge, which says that you can create a net electric charge. Instead, charge can only move from one place to another. Electric charge, in fact, is the most important property of the protons and the electrons. The charge is denoted by Q, and the unit of charge is coulomb. Objects can be positively or negatively charged. Hence, Q can have both positive and negative values. The charge of a single electron or proton is known as elementary charge and is denoted with the lowercase e. Protons have a charge of positive E and electrons of negative E. So one electron has a charge of negative 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb, and one negative coulomb is 6.24 times 10 to the 18th electrons. One proton is the same value of electric charge but with positive sign. Electric current is the movement of electric charge in a wire over a period of time. The symbol for electric current is I. 1 coulomb of charge passing through a piece of wire over 1 second is equal to 1 ampere of current. Ampere is the unit of measurement of electric current. Note, when 1 coulomb of electric charge continuously passes a given point per second, the electric current is said to be 1 ampere. Therefore, 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb per second. 1 ampere is equal to 6 billion electron is passing to a certain point per second. Leading to this formula, I is equals to Q over T, where I is current, Q is the charge, T is the time. And to electron drift velocity, Vd is equals to 1 over NEA, where Vd, electron velocity, I, current, N, free electron density, E, charge of electron, A, cross-sectional area. In dimensional analysis, this is the formula. The next slide, makikita natin dito yung table of electrical hazard. 1.0, severe burn or breathing stops. 0.2 and 0.1, it cause of death. Isipin mo, 0.1 saka 0.2 ampere yung tatama sa katawan mo. Gano'ng kalakas yun, di ba? Yun nga lang 1.0 eh. Makakasunog na tapos pwede ka nang hindi makahinga. Yung pa kayang 0.1 saka 0.2. Kayang-kaya ka sigurong sunugin nun saka pustahin. Kaya hindi biro ang pagsasaksak ng basta-basta sa kuryente. Kasi isang iglap lang, pwedeng maglaho ang buhay mo. Pwede mong ikamatay, di ba? Kaya mag-iingat tayo. Ito naman yung table for electron density. Ito naman yung electrical wires standards o mas kilala sa tawag na AWG or American Wire Gauge. Gauge ba o gauge? Tables are for a single solid and round conductor, while the stranded wire will always have a slightly larger overall diameter. Ang napansin ko lang dito sa AWG table na meters bumababa ang conductor diameter, meters tumataas naman ng ohms per kilometer. Ibig sabihin lang yan na kapag mababa ang conductor, mas tumataas ang ohms. Sa next slide, pinakita lang dito yung pinagkaiba ng stranded wire sa solid wire. Pero mas kadalasang ginagamit talaga solid wire kasi mas nakakatipid taka mas matibay. Try to solve this problem using electron drift velocity formula. V is equals to INEA. I for the current in the conductor, N for free electron density, number of free electrons per meter cube or conductor. A, cross-sectional area of the conductor, meter squared. E, charge of electron of 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb, and V for electron charge velocity. The problem is a conductor material has a free electron density of 10 raised to negative 24 electrons per meter. When a voltage is applied, constant drift velocity of 1.5 times 10 raised to negative 2 meter per second is attained by the electrons. If the cross-sectional area of the material is 1 centimeter squared. Calculate the magnitude of the current. Electronic charge is 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb. So, malinaw naman sa problem na to, total magnitude of the current ang hinahanap. Magde-derive lang tayo ng formula. Kaya magiging I is equals to N A E B. Then, substitute lang natin sa ating formula yung mga values. Total magnitude of the current ang hinahanap natin, kaya unknown ang I natin. Dito rin sa problem, binigay naman yung mga values ng mga given natin. Kaya yung free electron density natin na 10 raised to negative 24 meter cube. Tapos yung cross-sectional area natin na 1 centimeter squared. Tapos yung charge of electron natin na 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb. Tapos yung electron charge velocity natin na 1.5 times 10 raised to negative 2 meters per second. Para magamit natin yung area natin, magagawa tayo ng conversion factor na sa isang gagamit tayo ng convection factor na sa isang metro merong 100 cm. Dahil unit of area yung kukunin natin, kailangan naka-squared. Kaya magiging 1 times 10 raised to negative 4 meter squared. Itong 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb, yan yung charge of electron natin, constant siya. Ayan. And then, i-apply lang natin sa formula natin yung mga given. Total, ito yung formula natin, mag-direct substitute lang tayo. Ito yung N natin na 10 raised to 24 meter cube. Ito times natin sa A na 1 times 10 raised to negative 4 square meter times sa E natin sa charge of electron na 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb times sa B natin na 1.5 times 10 raised to negative 2 meter per second. Ngayon, mag-unit analysis lang tayo. Cancel natin yung meter sa baba sa meter sa taas. Ito yung meter sa baba. Ito yung isa. Ito yung isa. Ngayon, may matitirang coulomb per second. After natin mag-cancel ng unit, ang matitira na lang ay coulomb per second. Dahil alam naman natin yung coulomb per second ay katumbas siya ng 1 ampere. Kaya ang magiging sagot natin ay 0.24 ampere. Let's proceed to problem number 2. Find the velocity of charge leading to 1 ampere current which flows in a copper conductor of cross-section 1 cm squared and length of 10 kilometers. Free electron density of copper is equals to 8.5 times 10 raised to 28 per cubic meter. How long will it take the electric charge to travel from one end of the conductor to the other? Sa problem number 2 natin, meron tayong dalawang variables at quantity hinahanap. Una, find the velocity of charge. And yung pangalawa, how long will it take the electricity charge to travel from one end of the conductor to the other? Ang unang gagawin natin is hanapin yung velocity charge gamit ang formula natin na B is equals to I all over NAE. Isa-isahin natin ang variables ng I and AE para mas mapadali ang substitution natin. 1 is our current, 1 ampere. N is our free electron density, 8.5 times 10 raised to 28 meter cube. A is our cross-sectional 1 centimeter squared. Kanina kinonvert na natin to in meter kaya magiging 1 times 10 raised to negative 4 meter squared. Yung A naman natin is 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb. Electric charge is constant. So, B ang hinahanap kaya unknown. And then, substitute lang din natin sa formula. B is equals to, yung I natin is 1 ampere all over yung N natin is 8.5 times 10 raised to 28 meter cube times yung A natin na 1 times 10 raised to negative 4 meter squared times yung A natin na 1.6 times 10 is to negative 19 coulomb R. To simplify this expression, makuha nating velocity ay B is equals to 7.35 29 times 10 raised to negative 17 meter per second. Ngayon, nakuha na natin yung velocity of charge. Ngayon naman, kukunin natin yung how long will it take the electric charge to travel from one end of the conductor to the other. So, ang hinahanap dyan is time. So, gagamitin nating formula ay ang velocity distance over time. So, B is equals to distance over time. Time ang hinahanap, aayusin lang natin ang formula, makukuha natin ang value ng time by cross multiplication. Kaya magiging T is equals to distance over velocity. So, sa problem naman natin ay binigay naman yung distance na 10 km. So, talagin natin 10 km. At dahil nga more in meters tayo, itong topic na to ay i-convert natin ng kilometer into meter. Kaya Ta-times natin siya sa isang libong metro ay may 1 kilometro. All over yung velocity natin na 7.3529 times 10 is to negative 17 meter per second. So, cancel yung kilometer, tapos yung meter sa taas at meter dito. By doing this operation, we will get the value of time, which is t is equals to 1.36 times 10 is to 10 second. To convert in years, para din mas malinawan tayo to conversion, convert natin siya into years. First, in hours muna. In 1 hour ay meron tayong 3,600 second times in 1 day may meron tayong 24 hours times in 1 year ay meron tayong 365 days. So, cancellation lang. Cancel yung hours, seconds, yung days. So, matitira yung year. To simplify, we get time is equals to 431.2556 years. Ito yung magiging final answer natin. So, magandang araw ulit sa ating lahat. Ang next topic natin ay resistance. So, ano nga ba ang resistance? Ito ay revolusyon o pagtanggi ng isang kuryente sa loob ng isang sirkito. O kaya ito ay ratio o tumbasang damage sa pagitan ng voltahe at daloy ng kuryente. So, ang symbol ng resistance ay ito. May 4 na faktor na nakakaapekto sa resistance. Ito ay material, length, cross-sectional area, at temperature. Number 1 is material. So, ang wire, maraming klase ng metal na ginagamit as a wire. Bawat metal na yon ay may kanya-kanyang resistivity. So, kaya ang isang factor na nakakaapekto sa resistance is yung type ng material na ginagamit. So, yung pangalawa natin is yung length. So, the longer the wire, the higher the resistance. Pangatlo is cross-sectional area. The smaller the diameter, the higher the resistance. Last, which is the temperature. The higher the temperature, the higher the resistance. Okay? Now, let us discuss the resistance of wires in circular mills. So, yung mga unit na ginagamit dito ay British kasi 2 unit lang naman ang ginagamit sa topic na ito. Yun ay British at metric. So, ang formula ng resistance ay R is equals to rho length over area. R is the resistance, 0 is the resistivity of the material. So, ito ay constant. Ang unit niya ay circular mill ohms per feet. So L is the length of the material and the A is the area. Ang formula niya ay d squared. Dapat ang unit ng diameter mo is naka-mils. Tapos, pag in-squared mo yung mils na yun, magiging circular mils. Ang circular mils is a unit of area into equal sa area of a circle with the diameter of 1 mil. Ibig sabihin ng 1 mil is 1,000 of 1 inch. 1 mil is equal to 1 over 1,000 inch. Ito pa yung isang conversion dito. 1 circular mil is equal to pi over 4 square mils. 1 square mils is equals to 4 over pi circular mils. So let us derive the unit para sa resistance. British unit ang unit dapat ng rho mo. It is as constant value. Dapat yan ay naka-circular mil ohm per feet. Dapat ang unit ng length mo ay naka-feet. And dapat ang unit ng area mo ay naka-circular mil. So kung papansin mo, pag in-evaluate mo itong buong formula na ito, ang lalabas is circular mil 2 ohm per feet times 2 feet over circular mil. The feet will cancel out, the circular mil cancel out also. Ang matitira ay ohms. Kaya ang unit ng resistance mo ay ohms. So si area, dahil ang formula nito is d squared, dapat ang unit ng diameter mo ay naka-mils. Dahil pag in-squared mo ang mils, ang lalabas ay circular mils. So, this is the table of resistivity of various materials that you need to memorize and be familiar with that. Kasi ito ang tutulong para ma-solve mo ang mga problem regarding to this topic. Unit nito lahat ay naka-circular mil ohm per feet at 20 degrees Celsius. Example number 1. What is the resistance of 100 feet length of copper wire with a diameter of 0.020 inch at 20 degrees Celsius? Pinapahanap sa problem ang resistance. At ang given ay 100 feet length of copper wire at saka diameter of 0.020 inch. So let's solve the problem. Since copper wire ang given, ang gagamitin natin resistivity ay resistivity ng copper, which is 10.37 circular mil ohm feet. Rho of 10.37 circular mil ohm per feet. Yung 0.020 in diameter ay i-convert natin into mils kasi yun ang required para makuha nating unit ng area ay circular mils. So we can multiply 0.020 into 1,000 mils over 1 inch. 0.020 inch times natin sa 1,000 mils over 1 inch. Cancel. So, ang lalabas sa sagot ay 20 mils. Kapag nakuha mo na yung tamang unit ng diameter, pwede mo na makuha yung area. Formula ng area is d squared Substitute mo lang yung data na 20, kung nating sagot ay 400 circular mil. A circular mil equals to D squared equals, substitute lang yung 20 is squared equals 40 circular mil. Ay, 400 circular mil pala. Sorry. Doon pa lang pwedeng gamitin ang formula ng resistance. Is equal to rho length over area. Resistance equals to rho length over area. And then, substitute lang din ulit natin. Yung rho natin is 10.37 circular mil ohm per feet. Multiply lang natin sa length natin na 100 feet. All over yung area natin na 400 circular mil. So, ang lalabas na unit dyan ay 2.59 ohm. R equals to 2.59 ohm. So, try to solve this problem number 2. What is the resistance of a copper bus bar as used in the power distribution panel of a high-rise office building, with the dimension indicated in the figure shown below? So, may diagram tayo ng copper bus bar. Ang length nito ay 3 feet, ang width ay 5 inch, and the thickness is 1/2 inch. So, pinapahanap is resistance nitong copper bus bar. Okay, let's try this answer, this problem number 2. So, before go to this computation niya, kailangan muna natin convert yung unit ng inches. Kailangan muna natin convert yung unit ng inches to mils. Kaya, yung 5 inch convert natin into mils, magiging yung 5 inch convert natin into mils, magiging 5.0 inch multiply by 1,000 mils over 1 inch. Kuha nating sagot is 5,000 mils. Cancel lang yung unit ng inch. Same process lang din dun sa 1/2 inch. Convert natin into mils. 1/2 inch equals times 1,000 mils all over 1 inch. Cancel yung unit ng inch. Kuha yung sagot na 500 mils. So, yung area yung kino-compute natin is itong cross-sectional area na ito kasi dyan dumadaloy ang kuryente. So, magiging formula ng area natin ay width multiply by thickness. Substitute lang natin yung width na 5,000 mils. Times with thickness na 500 mils. Makukuha nating sagot is 2.5 times 10 raised to 6 square mils. Kung mapapansin nyo, square mils siya kasi rectangle yung shape nito and hindi siya circle. So, we're going to convert square mils into circular mils. Multiply lang natin yung final answer into 4 over pi circular mil kasi this is equivalent to 1 square mil. 2.5 times 10 raised to 6 square mils multiply by 4 over pi circular mil all over 1 square mil. Square mil cancel out natin. May matitirang circular mil. Kaya ang lalabas na sagot ay 3.185 times 10 raised to 6 circular mil. 0.185 times 10 raised to 6 circular mil. So, nakuha na natin yung area natin. So, pwede na natin gamitin yung formula ng resistance which is R is equals to rho length over area. So, substitute lang natin yung calculated data and given data. Yung rho natin is 10.37 circular mil ohm per feet. 10.37 circular mil ohm per feet multiply by yung length natin which is 3 feet. Over the area that is 3.185 times 10 3.185 times 10 raised to 6 circular mil. So we get the answer 9.768 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm. Ito yung resistance natin. Okay. So this is the table of American wire gauge. Sizes ng mga wire kung saan nakagiven ang mga designated area ng bawat wire gauge na yan in circular mil at yung resistance niya per 1,000 feet. At para mas maintindihan natin kung paano ba gamitin yung table kanina, try to solve this example. Okay, sa example number 1 natin, sabi, find the resistance of 650 feet of number 8 copper wire to T is equals to 20 degrees Celsius. So, problem number 1, sabi niya, hanapin daw natin yung resistance of 650 feet of number 8 copper wire. So sa table, ang copper wire ng number 8 ay 0.6282 ohms. So sulat natin. 0.6282 ohms per 1,000 feet. So we're going to multiply to 650 feet. Kailan natin. So cancel out yung feet. So ang may iwan lang is yung ohm. So ang answer natin ay 0.408 ohm. Yan ang resistance ng wire mo at 650 feet of length of the number 8 copper wire. Sa problem number 2 naman, ang sabi sa problem, what is the diameter in inches of a number 12 copper wire? So problem number 2 naman, ang hinahanap is diameter in inches of number 12 copper wire. So pag tinignan mo sa table yung number 12 copper wire sa AWG ay number 12 copper wire is to 6,529.9 circular mil. To get diameter, ang formula natin is d squared. So magiging d squared. Para makancel yung squared, gagawin nating square root. So magiging square root ng a, and then substitute lang natin yung value ng area natin. And the answer is 80.81 mils. But the required is in inches. So we're going to convert into inches. So multiply natin siya in 1 inch all over 1,000 mils. Cancel out yung mil. So pakalabasan ng diameter is 0.0808 inch. For the last topic is all about Ohm's law. Pero bago natin i-define kung ano ang Ohm's law, review muna tayo ng konti. Voltage is the electrical pressure that causes the electrons. Current is the movement of flow of electrons. Resistance is a measure of the opposition to the current flows in electric circuit. Ohm's law that defines the relationship between current, voltage, and resistance, discovered by George Simon Ohm. It states that the higher the voltage, the larger the current, and the higher the resistance, the lower the current. Ang mataas na voltahe ay mas mataas ang kuryente, at ang mataas na resistance ay mababa ang kuryente. The applied voltage to a circuit is equal to the product of the current and the resistance of the circuit. Ito yung tinatawag nilang Ohm's Law Triangle. Ang concept nito ay pag-cover sa required value, ang matitirang value ay sakto sa arrangement ng ating given value. For our recap, Ohm's Law discovered by George Simon Ohm. It states that kapag mataas ang voltahe, mas mataas ang kuryente. At mataas na resistance, mas mababa ang kuryente. And nalaman din natin kung paano gamitin ang Ohm's Law Triangle at paano ito i-apply sa problem solving. Try to solve this simple problem using Ohm's Law formula. The problem is, a load resistance of 100 ohms is supplied with 220 volts by a generator. What is the current running through the load? So, first natin gagawin, determine muna natin lahat ng given. So, given is yung resistance natin na 100 ohms. And then yung volts natin na 220. Lagay na rin natin yung required. Ang required natin ay I or current. So, ang gagamitin nating formula ay by the Ohm's law, I is equals to B over R to get the current. And then, substitute lang natin yung mga value. Yung volts natin na 100 ohms, 220 volts over by 100 ohms to get the answer. The current is 2.2 ampere. Okay, another simple problem. 20 volts is supplied by a generator to a certain load with a current of 10 ampere. Find resistance of the load. Kaya ng ginawa natin kanina, determine muna natin yung given. Ngayon, binigay naman dito yung current na 10 amperes. So, I equals to 10 amperes. And then yung volts na 220. Determine na rin natin kung ano yung hinahanap. Required resistance. And then, apply nating formula dito is R is equals to B over I. And then, substitute lang natin sa value. Yung B natin na 20 volts all over yung I natin na 10 ampere. To get the answer of resistance is 222 ohms. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Ingat kayo and more power.